friends, this is Mrs. Wolfie from Life with the Wolfies, and now that the tree's down, it's time to give my plants some love. They're looking pretty. Howie's got me a new aloe vera for the one he thought he killed. Things are looking pretty rough. This is the only guy here that seems to know what he's supposed to do. Every once in a while I have to run my hand up here, or he was growing through the screen. This here is like tangled in the plant stand, so whatever I can't untangle, I'm going to have to cut off, and that's fine because they will grow again. So let's get transplanting some house plants, and I'm going to put some of these in my office window. First things first, this was from my aloe vera plant, and judging by the way it grew, it wasn't really happy there anyway, and when Howie knocked it over. So we're going to, don't ask me why I put all these decorative stones on top. Some will probably get, they're not even stones, they're glass beads. This is the pot that my poinsettia came in, and I'm going to wash that, and I'm going to use that for my climbing one. Always wash your pots if they come from outside your home, because they could carry diseases from the greenhouse. First thing first, dump this guy. And you're going to see why we have to repot it into something that has better drainage but holds more water. Look. Rough love, baby. Look at the roots. Look at the roots. Okay. Now you know why I didn't sweep the floor before I started. This is premium potting mix. Pure gardening pleasure. Perfect for use in pots. Interior, exterior use. It's not organic, but then I'm not eating this stuff. So I'm not overly worried about it. I'm breaking this into 2 plants, folks, okay? Again, this is soil that was, this was my, the bulbs for my hyacinths, and I didn't know that once they died, you should put them outside to freeze. I did not know that, and they died. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to start potting this one up for my office. Let's get rid of some of this soil. Let's get you over here and mix it with the good stuff. Mix it with the good stuff, okay? Yes, it's the time of year when I have to get my hands in the dirt, or I will start all my garden stuff too soon. Okay, now we're gonna take this guy right here and we're just gonna start busting the roots up. Don't you worry. They are happy this is happening. They need room to spread and grow. Look at the size of this root ball, folks. Oh. So, some of this is going to go into one hanging pot, and the other is going to go into the... Oh, I got dirt in my tea! It's all part of the experience. There, I just strained it. You eat a bucket of dirt before you die. We just don't want it all on the first day. Okay, so I'm just going to snip this, leaving a lot of buds on there. Okay, this one almost looks dead, but it's not. So we're going to pop him in there like this. Don't be afraid to throw roots in the bottom. They may just generate, you know. These are one of the toughest house plants I have ever seen, and that's one of the reasons I pick them. is because they are so very tough. Now, these don't have to be soaked in water to get roots, folks. You just put them in the dirt and you make sure they're watered for the really moist for the first few days. I'm just going to peel these lower leaves off of here and stick that right down in like that. Anywhere there in this ball I find leaves, I grab and I pull. See, this got a nice root on it. And it looks like it wants to do some leaves. So we're just going to tuck him down into the center. See these, when you pull the leaves off the bottom, these little nubbins are where your roots grow. Can you see that little nubbin right there? We're going to put him right down in here, all the way down, bury at least 2 nubbins. Water, again, and this goes back into the window. Now I have put 1.5 liters of water in here, so they should be nice and moist for the next few days. See, the soil's jiggly. We'll save that for something else. Okay. Now these all had to be cut off because they were tangled in the plant stand. You know, there's microbes that grow, there's microbes in soil that actually help with depression. So this is one of the reasons first thing I do in January, before I start anything else when it comes to plants and stuff like that, I repot some flowers just to get my hands in the dirt. I bought extra bags of potting mix for my garden starts, don't you folks worry. Now this has a thing in the bottom that stops it from overflowing too much. It's like a plate. My other one doesn't. The one that was in it doesn't. If you want to hang it, you have to have that in there because of the, you don't want it dripping, right? You put a plate on, see this? Look folks, see those teeny, can you see those teeny tiny hair roots? Right there, see them right by my finger? Those are roots. So we're just gonna poke a hole and stick that in there, cover it. This one's too long to actually, you don't want them too long, folks. It's really hard for them to get roots started. So always, this one has a cut end over here, but it's dry. This one has a fresh cut end, and I've peeled some leaves off, and the fresh cut end is what goes into the soil, right up to the nubbins there. You see, you might want to put that whole thing in there, but you don't. You don't. You just cut it below the nubbin, and this is the part you plant. Take off any dead leaves so that it doesn't have to work twice as hard to try and bring them back to life. Doesn't hurt to give them a fresh cut so that they can pull in the water a lot easier. Are hanging out. So, all right. I'm gonna go put this in my office and then we'll start on something next. Now, whatever I don't save gets put in this paper bag and set aside for compost. Here are the plants hanging in my office. I just took L brackets and screwed them to the window frame and then tipped the end up. But as you can see, these guys are already perking up. This one's already perking up. This is Mrs. Wolfe from Life with the Wolfes, and I've got a huge mess to clean up in my kitchen, but I got to play in the dirt. Yay! Spring! Come on! Take care, God bless.